Scott, we have to have a quorum for just the, which board?
We need, I don't think we really need to take any action other than to elect officers. So Waterworks has to, so they can elect their officers. Utility Rate Advisory Board, that's Jenny, Gabriel Brown, Kyle, you, Sloan, welcome. So you have, one.
700.
Yeah, you got enough for your bit, the Utility Rate Advisory Board. And Stormwater Management is Zach, Kyle, and Jerry. So everybody has a quorum. Okay.
That was my point.
So we consolidated the subjects we got to go over. List at least 2 of the boards are going to be interested, have some sort of interest in each one of the subject matters. Plus several of you sit on both, so we're just put it on, do it all together, put that in half an hour, break it out. So so currently, Jenny, you're the president of the Utility Rate Advisory Board, Donnie, Waterworks, and Kyle. So for the minutes, just you establish a quorum, right? Do that now.
So just call each meeting to order.
Yeah, just establish a quorum,
Okay.
which I just did for you, right? Went down the list.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what's the? Then you need to approve minutes. Do you all have copies of minutes?
Yeah.
Should.
They're on the tablets.
So Stormwater Board, if you want to go first.
All right, so we've established a quorum for the Stormwater Board. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the July 13th, 2022 meeting.
So moved.
Has to be Jerry, right?
Yeah. It's like,
It has to be a member of that.
Oh, Stormwater, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I have a motion second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. And it's passed.
okay, then Utility Rate Advisory Board, Jenny.
So we've established a quorum, and I will ask for a motion to approve our previous minutes.
Make that motion.
Second.
Okay,
Don.
All those in favor?
all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Don.
Waterworks Board, we have a forum. Taking approval of the last September 14th.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes from September 14th.
On favor, aye. 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 Approved.
So does anybody have any? If you can scroll up. Jen. This is Jenny's first meeting. She's staff.
I'm like Jen.
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 So, Jennifer, right? There's too many of you. I'm even married. So, I met you scroll down. So the first is the stormwater revenue report. Can you pull up my report real quick? And we'll also do the McCarty drain on here. There you go. So just so you know, through the revenue that was generated through the stormwater fee last year was 617,000. On projects and operations, we spent 415,000. Those are the beginning and end balances for 2022. So that the stormwater fee is doing what it's supposed to do. We've got quite a bit of work done between Water Street, the McCarty drain now, and also on State and Franklin. So any questions on that? Scroll
Water
to the
Street is a
picture.
lot better. I mean, during all the storms and stuff, you can tell a big difference. So
Which
the
street?
Water Street, the conditions on Water Street are
Yeah.
much improved.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have to change the name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Drive
yeah. I came across that it was WATTER as a water family, I guess. But it wasn't really, and then eventually got changed to water. That's theory I've heard. Okay, on the McCarty drain, they've finished the leg, which was the pipe from Pendleton Avenue across Broadway up to the railroad. Now in 2024 or maybe 2025 is when we'll bore underneath the railroad at 67 and connect up to the old tiles that are on the other side of 67.
So they cross Pendleton Avenue?
They are, the Pelton Avenue is closed right now and they're ripping it up as we're talking. So they've got some conflicts they found, gas line, the sewer line, the sanitary sewer line was lower than I thought. So that pipe, if you see, you can tell that's a big pipe, 36 inch. The contractor's been using a lot of stone. He's not chintzy on the stone, which is wonderful. Really didn't run into a lot of problems. They would crisscross the old drain every so often. I think it was a 15-inch tile. They have found it crushed everywhere. They think when they hit the far side of Broadway, the Ambets property, that it may actually have gone underneath the corner of the building. Right, the building was built over the old line. And then if you go out there, they're going between the two properties on the north side, between the Ambets building and that residence to the north of that.
Yeah, they're all behind the church and that's all that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Ambets flooding was just awful. That first house, that water would come in there, come into their first floor. So anyway, see if I get any questions on that.
They going under 67 stuff
They
on
will,
the railroad?
another phase, we will, and we'll either do it depending on money. We've got a wonderful grant on this. They even gave us extra money. We will take it, it all depends on the railroad. We will take it when we are able to do it, when we get the permits, take it under the railroad and 67. So the original grant, if you remember, it had to be a joint project. This McCarty drain, originally when this project started under design, it was a county drain that was transferred to us. That decision was just made, not because of this project, but the project. It was a good time to do it. So it had to be a joint project that had to alleviate flooding on or along a state road, which was 67. That water would collect between the railroad and 67. So we've gotten, I think the grant we get about $600,000. Plus we got a way to reconstruct the culvert under Pelton Avenue, which is really important. That, if you don't know, we suspected it was really hard. It couldn't even get a camera in. So we think it had collapsed.
Do we have periodic maintenance going forward to make sure
Yeah.
that drains are working the way they
Yeah.
need to?
We bring in, so when I came on as town manager, we got real aggressive with that. We bring in a high-class jetting machine, high pressure. I forget what the PSI on it is. We bring them in.
Did we buy one?
No,
Like a monthly,
what's that? Yeah.
quarterly or whatever.
Yeah,
comes in.
we bring them in quite free, and it's really shown a lot of improvement. Drains that I thought we'd never be able to salvage are now flowing this last rainstorm. The one on the east side of Main Street at Tile, I thought that thing would never flow. It was taking water, no problem. So I think that's a success with the jetting. Yeah, I'm a firm believer. A lot of the problems had we been jetting out from, regular program, we've probably been a lot better off. Now, some of the older drains, they were collapsed before you had that jetting technology, right? But, so anyway, and then I think we're gonna quickly pull the trigger on start the design on the storm line. That basically the storm line that runs along the old railroad bed between Main Street and Pendleton Avenue. substantially. We'll start around the Elm Street area. It's an existing old line. Flows quite well until it gets past the lumber company. All hell breaks loose. Things are collapsed everywhere. Got a power pole through. It's just a nightmare. So we're just gonna rip all that out, take it all the way across the Madison Avenue, across Main at Madison Avenue. Then in conjunction with that, we'll widen Main Street where the new 12 home subdivisions going in, put a sidewalk there. Do that all at once. We're gonna tear up the street anyway, so let's widen it. The sidewalk. What's next on the agenda?
Rate studies.
Rate study. Okay, have we handed that out to you? So been in consultation with Jenny a lot on this, chair of the Utility Rate Advisory Board. And we've been talking with Gary Verdow.
Correct.
Wow. And about doing a rate study. We'll do water and electric together. We did one just like the month I got here when I first started. And it was, nobody was satisfied with the effort that was put into
The
it.
inputs weren't,
Right.
there weren't thought into the inputs. So at that point, we only implemented the system development charge, which we did not have before. And then I know you went through all the, just the fees to make sure they even covered what they needed to at that time, which was a good start.
So anyway, this is a scope of work. It's not cheap. It's 40,000 each, 40,000 for water, roughly 40,000 for electric. So I'm not so sure, maybe you know better. You need to authorize it. Just do the study and then you have to vote eventually on
We vote on
accepting.
we vote on accepting what's presented in the study.
Yeah.
And then it goes to town.
Now, we do have by state law, we do have an option of having the Waterworks vote on the water. We'll probably do both, depending on what the town council wants. But one or both. I think.
Yeah, this is Mike Farr. I'm filling in for Jeff Graham.
Okay,
And I hadn't said anything before, but each of the boards has to authorize it. They should each vote to authorize it.
okay,
Because you're paying separately, you have two studies and you're spending 40 grand each. So they each have to authorize it.
okay. Our utility rate advisory board covers water and electric. And then
Okay.
Waterworks is the board of works for water.
So we can just approve both and they can.
Separately?
Yeah, so what's been explained to me, so the Waterworks was set up a long time ago before the Utility Rate Advisory Board, so they have the authority. I think it's the town council to pretty much decide which board or both they want to approve it.
Well, I was going to say that do belt and suspenders is always good advice. If you've got two boards, get two votes, so that way nobody's going to come back later and complain about it. What you always wanted to look at is who is going to complain about what I did spending their money. And so my recommendation is if you can, and you've got both boards there right now anyway, don't you?
Yes, they are. We're doing a joint meeting.
Yeah, so I would recommend a motion before both boards and a vote to do a electric water rate study.
Okay. Okay, so Utility rate would, okay. Utility rate advisory board only has authority on electric. So
Right.
comes to water, we'll have the Waterworks and the utility rate advisory board.
Right.
So with that, chairman's,
Yeah, you need a motion before each of them to approve a study and then just have a vote from each of them. And that way you're safe all the way around.
okay. Who wants to go first?
They can go
Jump all at
first.
once.
Did anyone have questions on this?
Sorry to interrupt, I am new to this. So if we're approving the rate, then we'll come back and depending on the rate to discuss where needed. then we'll
Yeah, this is
approve
where
that.
you're authorizing the study to be done. The study will come up with a rate, recommended rates. And then those will come before you and then you can adjust it or vote in what you
Or phase
as
it
recommended or phase it.
to
right.
draw it out?
Right.
We get rate studies at Regional Waste. They actually come back and say, your rate is higher than lower than the mean. They got municipalities that are similar.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll say, you're here or there. Then they'll say, based on your expected growth, we recommend you raise 22 cents each year because you're going to need to be here
That's a
5
different,
years,
that's
or we
a
recommend no.
rider.
We recommend no increase. So it's pretty depth.
That's what you'll get. You've never seen one in your life where they recommend lowering it. So,
Well, I mean, we're surrounded by growth, so it's just.
but no, that you're just going to, all you're doing is authorizing a study. Then once you get the study, 6 months from now or whenever, then you'll come back and decide what to do with the study.
I'll make a motion to approve the letter of engagement for Dow Regulatory Services for the rate study for the electric department. That's submitted.
Is that under?
You need a vote.
Yeah, so utility rate you can do, if you want to just do both at the same time, then Waterworks just does water.
I didn't think, we haven't had a meeting this year. Were we supposed to elect officers
Yeah,
first
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we did.
before we make any?
Yeah,
Yeah, oh my gosh, I skipped right over that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So we'll spend this subject.
Well, you can do that now, so that way you'll have a official, because you haven't, all you've done is approve minutes. But
Sorry.
I don't know what you're looking for, whether you're gonna have the same minutes or same officers or whatever. But I thought when I broke up for a while that you had done the officer election before I came on, because I came on at roll call, and I apologize. That is my inability to use a telephone well.
Yeah, no, it's my fault too. I skipped right over it. Okay, so let's do that. So, stormwater.
Each one of you, one at a time, elect your
We start
officer.
with stormwater, if you want to go ahead and conduct your election.
So we have a chair and vice chair for that. So I'll look for motion for chair.
Nominate Kyle,
Okay,
chair.
we need all right, any second? I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, I'll nominate Jerry for vice chair. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Second, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Okay, then, utility rate advisory board.
I'll make a motion to retain the officers as from the previous year for 23.
I'll second that.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That was Jenny as president, Kyle as vice.
Then Waterworks, Donnie.
Go ahead, Jerry. I make a motion that we retain the officers that we have from the previous year, yourself, myself. and Mike. I'll second that. All in favor? Aye. Aye.
Okay, so Donnie's president, Jerry's vice president, Mike is secretary. Sorry, guys.
So now we can go back. Do you want us to vote on minutes or?
You can either do it.
Yeah, now you can vote on the water rates, the electric rates, studies, not on the rates.
We'll come back to
the study.
All right, so do I have a motion to approve the electric rate study?
So moved.
Do I have a second motion?
Second,
All in favor? Motion approved.
should we approve water as well?
Yeah.
Our board, do I have a motion to approve the water rate study?
So moved.
We have a second.
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
No, you'll do it too.
So the water rate study is approved.
So they recommended it. Now you can also.
I recommend that we also do the study
For the water.
for the water company.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Approved.
All right, sorry about skipping. Long day. All right, what's next on the agenda? I have
Adjournment.
to do one thing on stormwater. So this, one thing I'm required to do to maintain our permit for stormwater discharge is to go over what we've done so far to maintain the permit and what we need to do yet. This is mostly for the stormwater board. So if you turn to the back page, front's just the same. This is just where it's tabled. So these are the tasks that we've completed so far to maintain our permit compliance. And then the second chart is what we have left to do, and those are the deadlines. To be quite honest, some of these abbreviations I don't remember off the top of my
Do we
head.
need to hold a public hearing for the stormwater board today? It says 3/8 on there.
Where you at?
It said, well, under here it says, minimum of two
You could get
stormwater,
Denise.
minimum
She
two
would
public
know.
stormwater meetings, 7/7/22 and 3/8/23. So we need to open a public hearing right now.
We're gonna go get Denise. She's been tracking this for us. She'll be able to answer it.
Well, I just see today's date on it.
Yeah.
So,
Do you, well, this meets, she informed me, she tracks this stuff for us.
Sure.
She informed me that this would count as that. I don't know that it needs to be a public hearing. We'll find out here in a
Okay.
second.
Survey equipment back there. Is that in a closet somewhere? Or they all went?
Is she left? Okay.
Oh, did they? Oh, yeah. How about one collection?
Yeah, it's 11. It's not it.
Yeah.
That's what,
Yeah.
that's what my sister.
Hey, it says on this list, two public meetings. Does that just mean with the? Okay. All right, got it. Thanks. Bye. It doesn't need to be a public hearing. Okay. So this constitutes that one. SWQMP means Stormwater Quality Management Program. WQCR
flip the
is water
page.
quality. Oh, does it say on the backside?
Yeah, it
Okay,
is. There are
perfect.
parentheses after each one. We're good.
And we're tracking all of our construction, like, projects through our work now, is that?
Isn't this the year that they do the audit?
We've been doing.
I didn't.
We've been using Commonwealth, and so I'm just letting them guide us on this. Yeah, because it's all new.
Commonwealth guy came, that it'd be sometime, yeah, this spring. I
Yeah, they've changed a lot of what the requirements are. So they've been doing all the work for us as far as the reports and that sort of thing and make sure we're in compliance and checklist. And then Cookie does a lot of the grunt work. Denise has been sort of backing him up, helping him out with paperwork and that sort of thing. But we've been told that compared to other communities like us, we're so far ahead with our being aggressive about our stormwater, putting this fee in place, the projects. That's
So you still for Madison County.
Yep. So we did, this week we had a contractor that we brought in the county, they did the inspection, and then if they don't come in compliance, then they'll be fined by us through the town ordinance. But the county is doing the inspection and the compliance letters with them.
So no change.
We're doing an education program next week. We're hosting the seminar for contractors that deal with stormwater. So what they have to do when they're on site, as far as stormwater quality, not letting discharge happen, concrete washout, that sort of thing. Okay. That was the last thing I had. That wasn't on the, I don't think that was, this part was on the agenda, but we added it the last minute. All right, down and dirty.
The
All I
meeting
had.
adjourned.
That's all I have, unless you guys want to talk about it.
Meeting adjourned.
Yeah. Adjourned here.
Which is 0.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.